software is experimenting with a new type of child support in a form of a card, which works much like an EBT card.
Okay.
The child support card will prohibit parents from paying for certain items like gas, rent, and adult clothing.
And liquor.
And seafood.
Lonnie, what do you think? What are you thinking? Is this a good idea?
Well, I mean, you know what? Okay, this is a thing that I know about child support. Like,
Okay.
Child support goes to the one that's the major caregiver. And I think it's good that they do have the card and have certain restrictions. But I also want to...
The major caregiver, we know who it is. Because she got the Section 8 house. Right? If she on child support, she most definitely got the Section 8 house. And we know the rule. The man rule, for those who don't know it, I'll get it for you. Right here, the man in the house rule. We all know about that. We know about that. So I'm making this video to make a stance on if everything is getting cut. God damn it. Shouldn't child support also be cut? You understand me? Constantly got the foot on the man's neck, and some females too that pay child support. But shouldn't this shit be overturned? That this ain't nothing but a highway robbery gimmick?
Have certain restrictions. But I also want to say that if you are the parent, you're a parent, if you have a child 24/7, there's nothing wrong if it's your day off to take $50 and go have a meal. I think that's
true.
okay.
That's okay, but some people take advantage of it.
Yeah, as long as you don't take advantage of it. But I'm just saying because, come on, some people, they're not paying a lot in child support.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like they trying to act like, they paying $1,500, $2,000. Some are, but I'm talking about where I'm from, the D, that $300 a week is, come on, bruh.
Yeah.
300 a week.
But the reason why they put it into action,
Bruh, 300 a week.
But the reason why they put it into action is because, sadly, you guys,
There are those ladies
there
out
are
there.
a lot more people that are taking advantage of child support. And that's why they put this into action. That's why they're coming up with this idea, because you can't take your girlfriends out for drinks on your child support.
You can't.
No, that's true.
You
but
can't hit the
also,
strip
I
club
think
using a card.
it becomes a time when you, as the parent, you have rights, especially if you're paying child support, you have visitation. Why don't we start talking to each other as parents and as aunties and uncles about, hey, where's this money going to?
Absolutely.
I think it depends on the person and the type of situation, because there are women out there, this is the real,
Their fathers
who
too.
search for the dudes that have the money and say, you know what?
Well, that's a whole different level. That's child support on a whole.
But women do that.
Absolutely.
They take advantage of the situation.
But I think when you look at a bill of a
Gold
mother
diggers.
who's charging things using child support money, moms also deserve to be able to take care of themselves and to be able to spend on themselves. Like, if a mom is going to the gym, she needs to get a workout in, and she needs to feel good about herself. If a mom is going to go get a drink with child support money, she should get that drink. It's
What do
really
you
tough
think,
being a
Mel?
mom. I don't know if I'm getting a drink on child support money. I'm sorry.
I think if you're a mother, you absolutely deserve a nice little drink at happy hour. You do.
I'll do that with my own money. Not with the money. I will get myself a drink, but I will get it with my own money.
But you don't take advantage of it. Mel,
Let's see what
I want to hear about a mom. Yeah.
I'm in two minds. I do think there are people out there that need to be checked.
Yes.
Right.
They do,
Yes.
because I have given child support to my other half, and I've been given child support back.
Okay.
Now, I'm the kind of parent, I have 3 kids.
Yes.
I make sure my kids are treated equally as possible. But when they need clothes and things like that, it's good to be able to have that batch of money for that. Now, I'm kind of one of the ones that uses it wisely, because I have money that I can go out and get my
own
or whatever.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm in two minds. I think some people do need to be checked, and some people don't need to be checked.
Can I ask the honest
So-
question?
So maybe there's a way.
Honest. This is the real.
What?
Have you ever used the child support inappropriately? Does it happen?
No, I don't think
She
I
got money. I'm
would.
trying to
if I
find
were
out
her
that's what I'm
age.
saying.
Yeah, we're talking about.
She got money. She a spice girl.
But you get what I mean?
She got her own coin.
Like what she's saying is like, well, I felt I deserved a little splurge on an outfit, so I used that. Does that really
No,
help?
no, you know what? Where I'm really getting to with this is that because they said that they were also checking the sizes and the ages. Well, maybe you are a person that has maybe 2 or 3 kids, and maybe one father doesn't take care of the other one, which is not their
that's not their fault.
But the point is, as a parent or a mother, you may want to buy the other child something with it, and that's what I'm saying is that there are different reasons why. Because I don't think all women are not like that. All women just don't take. They have other kids, and they're trying to budget and everything. So I'm just concerned about the restrictions on the car.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Is there any way?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I have a 16-year-old and she's the same size as me. So if I was going to be buying for my 16-year-old, if I was in that situation,
You just had
I'd
to
be wearing her
say
clothes
you the
too.
size of a 16-year-old. You just had to say that,
Explains a huge problem concerning an out-of-control federal government welfare program called child support. This presentation will provide a simple solution to that problem. Child support has grown like a cancer in every state across the United States, now doing the opposite of its intended purpose. It was designed to reduce the cost of welfare paid by the government to single moms when the fathers were absent and not involved, but is now increasing costs dramatically. It also claims to help children, but in reality, the federal and state child support bureaucracies have become harmful to children, but is now increasing costs dramatically. It also claims to help children, but in reality, the federal and state child support bureaucracies have become harmful to children, primarily using this program to undermine the father-child relationship. The child support problem is so out of control, it is begging for a solution, and I have a great solution. This video describes 1. The history and evolution of the federal child support program. 2. Why it is referred to as Title 4D. 3. How this program impacts state child support laws and policies. 4. The congressional purpose of the 4D program, explaining why child support is not for children and never was intended for children. 5. How the program has expanded far beyond congressional intent. 4D services were never meant for involved fathers who willingly provide the basic needs for their children. 5. How the program has expanded far beyond congressional intent. 4D services were never meant for involved fathers who willingly provide the basic needs for their children. 6. The problems that arise with this 4D child support program on both a federal and state level. It is the only welfare program with no income eligibility standards. Because of this, anyone and everyone who applies is granted the whole range of collection services. The whole range of collection services. This has become incredibly harmful to children and an enormous waste and abuse of taxpayer money. 7. To conclude, I explain an easy solution as a first step by creating income eligibility standards for government child support services where none exist today. While this presentation was given in 2005, it is still completely relevant today. I encourage you to watch the entire 1-hour presentation to educate yourself about the basics of this program. This is information the Child Support Agency will never tell you, but you need to know if you want to be part of any meaningful reform.
For those who want to watch the whole video, here it is right here on the channel. And like I said, this was 5 years ago, so once you go on the channel,
123. 127 Worrell Street, 127 Worrell, nature unknown. I gave the address and then wouldn't give the reason for the call.
Should ever be here. It's right there. As soon as you click on. That's the channel if y'all want to watch the full video.
Well, I've been a family law attorney for 19 years now, and I'm going to explain to you today why the child support system is unfair.
Okay, what's up, y'all? This is an update on my child support situation. I done went through custody court, and the conclusion was this. Child support stopped, but I got joint legal, physical custody of my 3 daughters. Child support stopped. It did, and I kid you not, right after it stopped, the first chance my ex got to get back on welfare, cash aid, she did it. She told them people that I wasn't around. She had the kids and I wasn't around. Didn't even tell them that we had a custody agreement.
Uh-oh, what do we have here? A little welfare fraud. After the child support stops, the mother has much less income. Now she can't afford to live. So what does she do? Does she go out and get a job like you or me? No. She applies for government aid. Now, listen, members of the jury, there is nothing wrong with government aid. I have lived in a country with no government aid, and you do not want to live in a nation like that. This aid is a huge help, and let the government decide whether or not you qualify. But no, she didn't do that. She told the government that LA was not around. Told the government that she had the kids. So what did the government do? Did they do their own investigation? No. They didn't even take the time to run her name through the system to see if she had been to court over those kids. If they had, they would have seen the whole custody case. They would have seen how LA had joint legal, joint physical custody of the children. They just took her word for it. Why would she lie? Now the government thinks that LA has abandoned his responsibilities as a father. So what do?
So I got a letter from child support.
Ready to master your training.
They was going to reopen the case on a certain day. I had to appear in court to talk to the judge about it.
Jesus. Oh yeah, the government's on the case now. They have issued him a citation saying that they are reopening the child support case. That is, reopening the same child support case that they just closed. Remember, a judge had already ordered that he stop paying child support. The judge ordered that because he won joint custody of the children. Now they are going back to reopen it because they think he's not around. Now, throughout this video, you will see how LA makes one great decision after another. First, he fights to get joint custody and wins. Then they tell him that they're going to reopen the case if he doesn't show up and explain why they shouldn't. Now, you are thinking that it's obvious that he should show up and fight the case. Well, you would be surprised at how many people ignore letters from the court requesting that they appear. They just ignore it, or they show up a month later because they didn't see the letter in the mail, or they got the dates all confused. They missed the hearing. But not our man LA. Bright and early, on time, he shows up to court to clear up the mistake. He's doing everything right.
I goes to court. She was there.
She was there. Let me jump in right quick. Listen, he had a child support case. They closed it because he got joint custody of his 3 daughters. Now the ex lied to get it reopened. But it's a pretty immature lie because there's a court order showing that LA's got joint custody of the kids. So all LA has to do is show up and tell the judge about the custody order. Then the judge will reclose the child support case. It's easy. Case closed. So you say, lead attorney, he's not paying any child support anymore. What's the big deal? Why the video? I hear you. Let's see what happens.
I goes to court. She was there, and the judge was pretty much saying, what could I afford to pay? And I'm like, we have a joint custody, 50-50. And the judge was like, well, I'm not the original judge. I'm just sitting in, but based on what's going on today, I think about it and I make my decision, and you'll get it in writing.
All right, let me stop right here. Remember when I told you that you could get different treatment based on which state you live in? You will also get different treatment based on the different judges within your state. You members of the jury might think that the outcome of the most important case of your life will not depend on who sits in a particular chair that day. Every single attorney knows different. In fact, attorneys often fight and scheme to try to get their case in front of a particular judge.
How can I win? It's obvious that without a lawyer, they're not trying to hear nothing you're saying. So how can I win? I got a joint custody and I'm still paying child support.
And guys, This part right here is what got me. This part right here is what hurt me. He is absolutely right. And when he said it, I felt it. This man is saying nothing but the truth. Members of the jury, which one of you can say that this is fair and just treatment of a solid father who has 50-50 custody of his kids? You hear all the time that men need to pay their child support, that men who don't pay are deadbeats. What are they talking about? If LA loses his job because of these national events and can't pay that $600 every month, even though he has joint legal, joint physical custody of his children, is he now a deadbeat? Guys, this is too much. Please hit the like button so YouTube will share this goddamn video. Both women and men need to see this. The child support system in so many ways is corrupt. Are there instances where child support works? Yes. And are there instances where good fathers go to jail, where good fathers owe thousands and thousands of dollars with interest, where good fathers are defrauded not only by the mothers but by the system itself? Absolutely. Do not keep this information to yourself. Hit the like button so YouTube will share it. Now guys, at the end, LA asks if we have any suggestions for him.
I hope this works. You know, if y'all got some suggestions, let me know. Help me out.
Well, I've got two. One for him and one for you. What's the suggestion to him? He says that he's going back to court and he wants to prove that the mother is violating the court order by refusing to meet him halfway for the pickups and drop-offs of the children. He says that he and his ex live 180 something miles away from each other. So this is a big deal. And he's keeping a journal to use in court which shows all the times that she violated the court order. The problem with the journal is that he's writing it. So the judge will say, well, since you're writing it, you can just write anything, can you? You can just make stuff up and write it down in your little journal. That's what the judge is going to say. I mean, what evidence does LA have that these judges will be on his side and believe what he writes in that notebook? He has evidence of the opposite. He has evidence that these judges will not believe anything that he says. What's a better way to get proof? What I tell my clients to do is to go to the exchange point and bring a certified copy of the order which mandates the mother to be at that location at that time with those kids. Wait 15 minutes. If she doesn't appear, call the police. The police will come out and they will make a police report stating the date, the time, the fact that the father was there, and the fact that the mother and the children were not. The fathers do this about 3 or 4 times. Now, when we walk into court, we are not walking in with handwritten notes that are written in the father's journal. We are walking in with certified records from the police. What better proof can you get than that? Now, when you call the police to tell them to come out and make that report, they are not going to be happy about it. Sometimes it's fine, but sometimes you will have to press them to come out. You have to press them to make their report. Police often do not want to get involved in civil matters. That's why you need to bring a certified copy of your court order. Also, when you get to court, the judge is going to be frustrated that you are using police resources in your custody case. She's not going to like it. What do I say? Good. Good. Nobody likes it. And the father would not have to call the police if the mother would abide by the court order. Now the judge will come down on the mother for not showing up. And it's not because she's on your side. These judges really don't care if the mother violates the court order visitation exchanges at all. They don't care. What the judge wants to stop is you calling the police. That's what she cares about. Judges and police are like this. See, you by yourself, you're not enough. You need to get someone else involved so that the judge will take you seriously. You need someone else. So call around to an attorney in your jurisdiction to see if this little trick will work for you. I've been doing it myself for 20 years and it has not failed me one time. Now, that tip was for LA.
Well, goddammit, they discriminated on a black man for child support, right? This shit was fake, yo. He advocated for non-violence, his whole campaign, and then end up catching one to the back of the lemon. Sad. The man was non-violence, and he left the world violently to one to the back of the lemon.